Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the first ever virtual garden party. This is Garden Day. We are celebrating today. It's been so lovely to see you celebrating with your flower crowns on in your green spaces, whether it's outside in the garden, if the weather's permitted for you. It's still brightish. The rain hasn't come yet, but the wind has picked up. But it is the first ever garden day. We are celebrating in style. We've had some amazing people on showing you how to make flower crowns. We've been cooking delicious garden salads, and we've been giving away lots of prizes too. So thank you for sharing where you are, your green spaces, whether you're in your gardens, if you're lucky enough to have one, whether you've created your own green space with house plants like I have here, which I absolutely love. The power of plants. We are celebrating being in nature and being mindful. And now more than ever, we've been really needing to create that beautiful space within our homes. So I'm really excited because now we're going to talk to a children professional, somebody who I absolutely adore on Instagram. It's a Q&A time with Anne-Marie Powell. Now, Anne-Marie is a Chelsea Flower Show gold and silver medalist. Oh yes, she is. She's designed fantastic gardens, and she's here with the rosé.
You've had rosé all day. I saw you saying that, Lisa, with Stephanie. The gorgeous Stephanie. I said to Jules, who's sitting here, I said, go on, grab me a glass now, quick. Cheers!
Cheers! I know, my dad got me some. He was like, do you want a glass of rosé? I said, yeah. I was like, bring it on. It's amazing. Absolutely lovely. He's been waiting on me. It's been fabulous. I've gone from cider to rosé. It's going to be great. But listen, you're here today to answer everybody's, garden-related questions. You are a font of knowledge. I've got a question for you. Peonies.
Yes.
I love peonies. Now, George says, no, we can't grow them. They're too hard to grow. My mum, on the other hand, says, no, that's rubbish. They're easy to grow. Yes or no? Can I grow them in my garden?
Easy to grow. Really, really easy to grow. So I've got them some growing in shade that I actually brought from a garden that I did at Chelsea several years ago now. So they don't mind a little bit of shade, so they'll grow in sun. They're really easy. They flower for hardly any time at all. But you know what?
It's a short season.
It's so worth it when they do. They are absolutely gorgeous. So there's absolutely no reason why you can't grow them whatsoever. Not too much clay soil. We're quite light and sandy here. So yeah, try them. You can grow anything if you set your mind to it, providing your soil is the right condition. Right plant, right place, go for it. Just sneak them in, Lisa. You don't even need to know.
I like the way you're thinking. I'm going to send you a message later, and you can tell me where to get the best place.
I grow Buckeye Bell. It's a really gorgeous one. It's really bright red. It's a single. So the pollinators love it. It's not too fussy, and it's just beautiful. But once you start looking at Callaway's website, look over at Callaway's, Dave Root over there. Oh my word. Yeah. You're trying to get the credit card out of your hands, Lisa.
That won't be the first time, darling, I should tell you.
I'm absolutely certain about that.
Fighting. But, it's so worthwhile. And I know that once I do get the peonies in the garden, if they take and they flower, he will love them, because I just adore them. And even if that window is so small.
And you need to grow quite a lot of them. So you do need to go quite well, because they don't produce the most flowers per plant. So you need a lot.
Okay, thank you. Good tip. So we're going to have loads of questions today, and I think...
Yeah, how do I sound? Because it's quite windy out here. Is the sound all right for you, Lisa? I've got a really loud voice.
Yeah, and your flower crown's amazing. I know that you just whipped that up this morning, didn't you?
I don't know what Simon Lycett would think of it, or Jonathan Mosley, but I just love a rhododendron. More is more in my world, Lisa. So... it's a bit of fun, and I don't mind. I feel quite regal wearing it, so that makes me feel good with the kids and Jaws. Don't know if they're enjoying me feeling a bit queenie, but
just embrace it today. Just embrace that regal feeling, and that purple, that lovely purple, really suits you as well. It's your colour. Wear it.
I'll wear purple when I'm old, is what they say, isn't it? Wear purple when you're old. That's me.
I hope not, because I wear purple, and I think that I'm old. I mean, I'm getting there, but...
You're not old, but there's that poem, and it's all about when I'm old, I will wear purple, etc., etc., etc. So, yeah. rich, regal colours.
I say we're purple anyway. So I'm going to just leave. I'm going to throw to you and just.
Lovely.
The questions are going to be coming in.
Yeah,
On the
I'll tell everybody. I kind of thought, how are we going to do this? Because there's loads of lovely people on here. I can scroll across.
Yes.
So I can see you Potting in the City. I can see you Colin McIver. I can see you Marlies. Hi there. I can see you Nilla. I can see you Amy, Jenny Tame, Carol. So good to see you. Paige Martin. I spy you over there. Beachy Talia. Good to see you. Barbara Segal. All love to you. We've got secret horticultural royalty in this audience, Lisa.
Oh, that's so exciting.
So we do, absolutely. So Lindsay Linda, good to see you. So many wonderful people in their flower crowns. Hey there, Beth. Hey, Hazel, good to see you. Daisy Kepper, Lydia, just adjusting your crown. Rachel Norris, so gorgeous to see you. So yes, I'm here to answer any questions that you've got. So I can see Liz Key there, you there, I can see you higher. So I can see, I don't know if people have noticed, you've got a chat button in the bottom of the screen if you're on Zoom, I think. So I can read all of your chat that's going down on the right hand side of my screen. And but I'd love to invite some of you onto the screen as well. So if you have a garden question, I've been designing gardens for 25 years. So it could be a design question, it could be a plant question. I will try my hardest to answer your question. But the way to do it, if you've got a question here on screen, is would you mind just putting your hand up so that we can get to you? So I'm going to keep on scrolling through. If you've got a question, just give me a wave. And then we can get you on the screen and I can see you. Hey there, how are you? I can see you. What's your name? Can I hear you? Can you see yourself on the screen? Can't see. Let's move on. Anyone got a question? Anybody brave enough to put their hands up and ask me a question? Oh, there we are. I saw you there. Colleen McIver in the most amazing floral crown. That's not Colleen, but never mind. What's your question? You look fantastic.
Thank you. I've only got a giant Philadelphus in my garden at the moment. I've got a brand new garden and it's completely empty and I had no idea where to start with designing it.
But I bet your crown is really beautifully scented, is it? You've got lots of scent on you, that Philadelphus.
Oh, loads of scent. It's actually beginning to get to me.
Leave it on, it looks fabulous. So you don't know where to start, is that what your question is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, get to know, how long have you been at your house?
Oh, literally just arrived.
Oh, right, okay, so that's such an adventure for you. Well, I would suggest really not doing too much for a whole year. So, you know, get to know your garden, see what's going to come up for you over this coming year, what's going to come into bloom for you. You've no idea what you've got. It might be a blank slate, in which case you can move a little earlier.
Yes, it's blank. At the moment, it just has, it's just got a huge laurel that sort of needs to go, really. But it's the design process, you know, laying out.
So think about all of the things, all the plus points you've got in your garden. So think about where you get the most sun. So do you want to sit in sunshine, or do you want to be east facing to sit in the morning to have your breakfast, or west facing to enjoy the evening light? Really look at your soil. So check to see if your soil is clay, see if it's sandy, because your soil is the engine of your garden. So that is what will get your plants growing. So, you know, if you've got sandy soil that's quite light, it might be quite acidy. So you can grow all of those acid loving plants. You might have really heavy clay, so therefore you can grow really good roses. But your answers to what you can grow will rely on the aspect of your garden and also on what source of soil you've got. And then think about just how you want to use the space. Do you want to look back at your house? Do you want to be kind of shielded from your neighbours? But just like, you know, any outfit you were going to choose for a wedding or a good occasion, really get to know what you're wanting to get out of that occasion and your garden in the first instance.
That's
so
brilliant.
Get to know it, think about how you're going to use the space, and just get drawing it out on paper. Make sure you draw it out, have a plan, and then just go for it.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much.
My absolute pleasure. Enjoy your Philadelphia's crown. You look amazing. So have we got someone else who's ready? Oh, Colin McIver. Sorry, missed you there. So I wonder, hey, oh my goodness, look at you. You're exotic.
Oh, thank you. I had to come inside because it's snowing in Aberdeen today.
You're kidding me.
No.
Have you got any tender plants out there that you're worrying about? Have you brought them in?
I did cover them. I got some recycled strawberry cartons and stuff like that, and so I've covered over the flowers that I've just put in, so they're all well protected.
Yeah. Oh, good. Colin, what's your question for me today?
And what it is, I've got a very shaded area in the garden, and I was just wondering, is there any nice flowers I could plant there for obviously some colour in the summertime?
Yeah, absolutely, tons of them. So there's tons of plants that will grow for you in shade, and all garden will have a bit of shade. What you need to investigate is whether it's dry shade or whether it's wet shade, because very different plants will grow in those two different environments. So if so there are plants like astrantia. There's lots of different types of astrantia, and they will flower for you in the middle of the summer in shade really prettily. You can have Roma, which has got a purpley pink tone to it, or you can have some of the white varieties as well. So, and I always think that in shade, white plants show up better, and that's so the pollinators can see them and come in and just feast upon your plants. So things like astrantia would grow really well. Just thinking about what I've got in my borders here. Hemerocallis will take a fair bit of shade as well. So that's the daylily. So that will look good for you over there, and that will grow for you in various different colours of reds and pinks. So, and then have a think about things. They're not going to just flower for you. Think about Tiarella. I've got sugar and spice. That is a new plant for me, and that has been flowering for me now for weeks and weeks and weeks, and will continue to do so for quite some time. So have a look at My Real Garden. There's a whole section over there on my Insta which just covers plants for shade. So I'm hoping that you'll get some ideas from there. Is that okay for you?
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, definitely.
No, my pleasure. And thank you for that gorgeous floral crown. Made my day.
Thank you very much. It took a while and it's starting to wilt, but
well, it shows. You get what you put in with your garden and with your floral crown, and you're looking fabulous.
Thank you very much.
Have a really fun day. Enjoy it. Hello there. How are you? Hello there. I can see you've got a question. Beautiful floral crown there. Nice to see you.
Me?
Yeah, you. Do you have a question for me? No. Well, shall we move on to someone who perhaps have? Put your hand up if you've got a question for me. Linda, I can see you waving there, looking that you're very keen to answer a question. So, Lindsay, are you there? Hi, Lindsay. Oh, you're growing stuff on your windowsill. Good girl.
I've got a question about them. I've got some cucumber plants. Now, I've read that you can possibly do them so they're actually on sticks, so they're going upwards rather than taking up a lot of ground.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're quite quiet there. Can you hear me all right? But I could hear you. I was listening hard. So yeah, cucumber. So there's two different types of cucumber, really. So there's cucumbers that you grow in a greenhouse, and I don't have one of those. So I'm also growing cucumber the first time in about 20 years this year. So lockdown has given me more time for my garden. So I'm very excited. And I'm growing a Japanese cucumber, which is absolutely fine outside. So are you sure that yours are going to, where are they going? Greenhouse or rest in the garden?
Going outside, they are the sort that can. But I'm just because I haven't got much ground space.
Yeah, so you're using the vertical space to grow some veg, which is entirely sensible. And they climb. So it's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to give them prime position in a really sunny spot. So they're against a south-facing fence. I've already got my wires in position so that I won't be faffing around with them once they're growing, thinking, oh, goodness me, I need to get some more wires up. So that would be my advice. When they go out, I'm thinking with mine are about the same, just a little bit behind you. towards the end of May, because I don't want to be getting any snow like that lovely lady in Aberdeen has got, because we can get frost really late. Make sure you put your wires up first, put your cucumbers in the ground, and I think they're going to be very hungry and of course very thirsty. So yeah, a trellis or a fence or any kind of upward structure, and yeah, and maybe even a tripod as well. So, and you'll be able to get loads and loads of cucumbers from minimum ground space. So that's a really good idea. Good for you.
Well, thank you ever so much, Anne-Marie.
No, it's my pleasure. Thank you for joining us, and look at your gorgeous crown. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you. And just looking, Barbara Segal has got a question. We've got to speak to Auntie Barbara. So I wonder if you can find Barbara, see if she can get her on the screen. Barbara's going to have a question that I'm never going to be able to answer. Hello, Barbara. How the devil are you?
Hello, my dear. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm enjoying this. I'm determined not to do any hard work today.
No, me neither. I've had a glass of wine and there's no more work. And Marie,
Barbara.
You can't hear, okay?
No, cheers. I can hear you. I'm just hoping you'll post me.
Yes. I want to know what you said. You started garden design 20 so years ago. What was your first garden? Was it a show garden or private?
It was a private garden, so it was a friend's garden. Like so many garden designers, when you're first out of college, it's always a friend that gives you your first sort of opportunity. Great. So often, and we rely on our friends so much, don't we? But yeah, I mean, it was good for me because it meant that I could experiment and practice, and without too much pressure. And they got a cheap deal is the honest truth of it. So it was a win-win scenario.
That's so nice.
I'd be so concerned about going straight to show. It's huge.
Exciting though.
Huge pressure, isn't it?
Mm. Well, that's great to know. Thank you. I wondered what it was.
Yeah, no, that's lovely. Thanks, Barbara. Enjoy your wine. Rosé all day.
Thanks. Bye.
Lots of love. Have we got more questions? Hazel has got her hand up. I'd love to see if I can help you, Hazel. How are you?
My head. Could you tell what this is? I have it growing in my garden.
Wonderful.
And I put it there myself many years ago, and I can't remember what it is.
Oh, I can't see that very well.
Lucky thing on the end.
I think it might be. It's not something I grow, but I think it's a calicarpa potentially. Does that make
I don't know. I can't remember.
It might be a calicarpa, a bottle brush. So yeah, it's
me too.
Isn't it?
Sorry.
Oh, I'm losing you. Is it? I'm losing you a little bit. So can you hear me all right?
I can hear you, yes.
Yeah, I think it's a bottle brush, a calicarpa, and it has these extraordinary kind of strange berries, and they grow as climate. Yeah, absolutely that. That's what it is.
Thank you. I couldn't remember what it was.
That's wonderful. I can't hear you very well.
Can't hear you.
Calicarpa, that's the Latin name. The common name is butterbrush. I love your curlers, but I can't hear you very well. So love to you. Enjoy your garden day. Enjoy that plant. It's absolutely beautiful. Have we got some more questions? Lucy Claire, she's waving like crazy. How are you? Oh, I can't hear you. Have you got your mute on? Let's hear.
Hello.
Can I hear you?
Can you hear me?
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. I think I'm up the road from you in Guildford.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're not far away at all. I'm in Petersfield, so you're just a hop and skip up the A3. Yeah.
So getting a bit windy.
It is a bit windy, absolutely. We might blow away, but we'll persevere whilst we can.
Holding on to my crown.
You look gorgeous. Is that everything from you've got? Have you got a clematous there?
I have, yeah. It's getting a bit sad, but yeah, my husband made me this morning.
Oh, that's so kind of him, isn't it?
Very artistic, unlike me.
Good man.
I have a question. I don't know whether I can take my laptop to my fig. So I've got a fig here. I don't know whether you can see it.
Is it in a pot there? I can't see.
Pot.
Yeah, it's in good shape actually.
And it starts really well, and then the leaf curls.
Ah, okay.
Every
You might
year.
have some beasties
Every
on
year.
there.
Yeah. So I don't know what that could be.
Yeah, you might have some beasties on there. It could be in any number of things actually, but what they do, and just check over the foliage as you go, as it starts to happen. So if you check over the foliage, when the insect starts to attack, what they do is they suck out an awful lot of the water turgidity out of the leaf, and also they might make some houses in there too. So you need to really inspect those leaves and just deal with whatever it is. The RHS has got a wonderful service actually. Are you an RHS member?
Yeah, we go up to Wisley a lot when we're able to. Can't wait.
So without seeing the beastie in it, it's very difficult for me to say what it is. But the RHS have a wonderful service where you can send any questions that you like to their garden advice helpline, and they're brilliantly knowledgeable up there. So if you email them a picture of whatever's happening to it, just inspect the back of the leaf, because they curl in themselves, and they will come back to you within a week and tell you exactly what to do with it.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you so much. It happens every year.
I use it myself. They're so fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Okay, I'll do that.
But keep it healthy as well. That's another thing to do, is just make sure it's really lovely and healthy, because the healthier a plant, actually lots of pests and pestilence, they attack the weaker ones. So make sure it's really, really healthy in that pot. Give it lots of feed, lots of water, lots and lots of love.
Okay, and do you water them more than you think you should?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I put my finger into the soil and just see if I've got a moisture. You've got a moisture.
And it sort of like says it's, you know, moist, it's okay. But then I suppose when you see it curling, the leaf curl, you sort of think, oh, I need more water, but I don't know if that's the right thing.
It could be a pest, but I think a moisture meter, they're pretty accurate. My other half swears by them. I swear by the digits, the moisture meters on the end of my hands.
Okay. So. All right, test it that way. Anne-Marie, thanks so much.
It's my absolute pleasure.
Really good to see you. Sorry not to see you at Chelsea. I've seen you at Chelsea before.
Oh, we'll get there sometime. We'll go back there sometime. Yeah. I'm sure. It's such a loss this year. Really sad it's not on. I just love it.
My phone calendar keeps coming up with Chelsea Flower Show, and it's like, no.
Oh, I'm so glad the RHS are doing virtual Chelsea Day. So that's going to be all over the place. And also the BBC, they're doing about pretty much the same amount of coverage as they have been doing when it's actually live and going on. So we're going to immerse ourselves in it.
Are you
I can't tell you.
Maybe.
Maybe not. Lots of love to you. Nice to see you. Really good. Have a lovely rest of the day. Drink lots of rosé all day. Nice one. I wonder if we've got any more questions. Have we got time for another question before we have to go on? Has anybody got their hands up? I hate to miss everybody. If I don't get through to you, just remember that you can always get a hold of me. My gardening line on Instagram is @myrealgarden. But here we are. We've got lovely, I don't know your name. What's your name?
Jenny.
Hello, Jenny. How are you? I love your floral crown.
Thank you. I made it just before the rain started. It's absolutely tipping it down here, I'm afraid.
Is it? Oh, goodness me. Where are you?
I'm in France, actually.
Oh, are you really? So you're northern France, did you say?
Normandy, yeah.
So similar climate, so you can grow stuff. So the further south, it all changes, doesn't it, with horticulture?
Yes, absolutely. My question's about clematis. I've got several clematis, and I keep getting clematis wilt.
Oh, do
you? I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And also, one of them gets powdery mildew, but this year I've made an organic spray myself, and it really helped. But it's the clematis wilt that I'm more concerned about.
Yeah, well, clematis, they like to be quite, well, not all of them, but it depends which ones it is, which clematis you're growing, because they're all different groups, as you will probably know if you're a clematis fan. but they like to be buried quite deep on the whole. So they like to be buried in the ground, perhaps a little bit, not all of them, but a lot of them, a little bit deeper than they are in the pot. They also like their roots shaded. So I would just sort of shade them with a little bit of plants, but it might be that they're planted a little bit too high in the ground. Do you mulch them?
Yeah, I've just put some grass cuttings on now, but I put them on just as soon as they'd been cut, and then I read afterwards I should have let them dry a little bit. So I'm wondering whether that's, gone too soggy for them. Yeah. Can I dig them up and then put them in the same hole again? It might be.
I mean, yes, absolutely. Go and just check if they're a little bit high. Do double check, because not all of them like to be buried in the ground a little bit deep, but a lot of them do. So, and then mildew, that's a case of, it's one of two things. Mildew in plants, it's one of two things. It's either underwatering or overwatering. So, and you will know which one it is just by using your digit moisture meters and just checking. So if you're giving them too much moisture, they'll get mildew. If they're not getting enough, they'll get mildew. They're peonies plants, so just double check. I saw that the lovely lady that we just had a moisture meter, and that will go really deep into the soil to see if it's moist. But we've got 10 on the ends of our hands, so just check when you're watering always, just to see if it actually needs it.
It's growing against.
So I hope that helps.
Yeah, that's definitely helped. Yeah, definitely.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Service. Lovely crown. Love it, love it, love it. Have we got anybody else? Do we have time? I don't want to run over. Lisa, you're going to have to just jump in and stop me talking, because I'll talk all afternoon. Nikki Say, there you are. So can we have a quick speak to you and see if I can help you out? I just love being able to help where I can. I won't know the answers to everything, but let's see if I can help you, Nikki.
Hello.
Hi, how are you? Oh, we're all in pinks and purples and whites today, aren't we? All girls together.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Well, I've got a bit of a tree question for you. I've got I live in an old listed building with quite a big front garden, and I've got a massive tree in it. I love it because I love looking out of my bedroom window with the tree right in front of the window. But my husband says it's getting too big now. And I want to know what I can plant in the centre of my cottage garden that will give me some height and some all year cover, but won't completely take over the garden.
Oh, so are you thinking of removing the tree completely?
The big one in the centre back of the picture?
Let me just get my little glasses out. Need my little readers on.
I'm not sure what it is.
Oh, it is quite big, isn't it? I can't see it very well, but I can see you were celebrating VE Day. So well done you. And I can see that it's a really large tree. I can't tell what it is from here. I really can't.
Yeah, I think it's a spruce or something like that. I'm not
it's some sort of conifery sort of scenario, isn't it? Do you know my favourite tree, and it doesn't grow too big, it'll grow to about 4 meters if you let it. I don't know if that's big enough, but it's just such a wonderful plant for season round colour, and that's Amelanchier lamarckii. Do you know it? Do you have it already?
Yes, I've got that, yes.
Oh, you've already got like that one, so that's no good to you. So, because it's such a wonderful plant. But you need something, if it's from your bedroom window, that you'll be able to enjoy all year round. So have you thought about a crabapple, perhaps a mallots?
I've got a crabapple.
Okay, so then we move on to sorbus. So, but the problem is with sorbus, when they're in bloom, they're a little bit smelly. So
don't they drop their leaves and don't they put suckers up?
So, well, it depends on if it's a standard, no, and you can easily just take off all of that. But I've not noticed that happening with me, to be honest. The other thing that I quite like, actually, is have you got cercis? Have you grown a cercis, like forest pansy? I'm just wondering if you've got a purple leaf. It might give you a little bit of a contrast with the green plant that you've got in front of it. That won't grow quite so big. I love Cicidophyllum, so that grows, but that might grow too big for you. Another good tree, and I'm just trying to think of the more miniature variety, is liquid amber, but that is grown more for the foliage than the flower. Banging loads of Latin, boring everyone with Latin, I'm afraid. But you need to have a look on somewhere like Barton Trees. So they are a wonderful retail nursery. and just start shopping.
Yeah.
You know, have a look around. But those are the things that I would be looking for. So maybe a liquid amber if I had the space for it, and you might well. But there is a miniature one that I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. It could be Worpleston. There's certainly a smaller one. So different varieties of liquid amber will grow to different heights. So just check it out. I wished I could remember off the top of my head. What will happen is I'll go off of this call, come to me about 3 o'clock when I'm lying on the sofa when I've had too much rosé all day. You're growing lots of my favourite plants, so we will like the same things, I'm sure.